Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to present you the top 5 meta decks in PvP for July 2022. I know it's a little bit late, but this tier list will carry on the next season. I don't know. If not, the next season I'll promise to do the tier list faster, the meta list, not the tier list. The tier list I already did, the meta list faster. So we're going to look for the fifth place to the first place. And maybe the first three places can be switched around. The fifth place, I don't think it's that strong, but it's played most. The fourth place, I'm playing myself, and I see it sometimes similar as well. There's some different variations of it. I'll talk about it in a video. Anyway, let's start with the list right away. So the first deck you see right on the screen: Gear, Sacrifice, Sub-Element, Growth, and Joker. Each deck has Growth and Joker, just saying. So this deck I don't think is that strong, but it can give you trouble at the beginning, and it's very strong because with the gear dice. Let me look at the description. It's written in the description that well. So gear dice connects to 4 adjusted gear dice on the board. Upon connection, increase attack damage, movement speed, HP per connection. Abilities increase by 11% per connection at the moment of summoning. So once you're connected to, I think it's 10, it's like Berserk state. It's very strong. It's glowing on the battlefield. I don't have right now a clip of it, but there will be soon a gear dice showcase video as well. Yeah. So this the gear dice also attacks ground and air, so it can be solo. It can be used as single DPS dice. It's slow, but attack speed movement speed will be increased with each connection. So the slow thing you can kind of ignore. It's going to be very fast. It has a long range. The attack you see, it's semi-tanky, but it's going to be more tankier with each connection. So by 11%, that's if you have 10 connections, that's over 100%. That's broken. So I mean, not that broken. If you see over 100%, 142, it means that's like around 300 HP. But it goes up also with power ups. So yeah, for 5 power ups, then you got 2. Oh, it's going to be 600. Yeah, sounds a little more dangerous with those stats. With class up, it gets stronger as well. Mine is just class 6. And normally all my non-legendaries are around class 9 and 10. For some exception for the newer ones. Yeah. Okay, so this is the 5th place deck. I don't think it's that dangerous. It can be dangerous. But I think it's still going to lose against the other 4 decks placed in the meta list. Now coming to the next deck. So for the next decks, we got Solar, Growth, Typhoon, Slingshot, and Joker. So this deck, I used to play it with Wind dice. I didn't have the Typhoon. If you don't have Typhoon, you can play with Wind. It works fine as well. Here, and the Solar position is Destroyer, Semi-Tank, and Damage. Destroyer damage is the same thing. Typhoon or Wind dice are at the back and killing the opponent while the Solar is destroying and tanking. Slingshot is helping to do some damage in the front with the, Solar dice. But I saw different variations where people played instead of Slingshot another Wind dice. I haven't tested this variation as well, so you can test it if you want to. But there are other decks on these. They kinda counter this deck. I mean, I counter a little bit with the Wind dice. I think Wind dice is kinda a little bit better than Typhoon in some situation against the top 3 meta decks on the list, because that Cowboy dice is just pulling up my Typhoons one by one. So with the Wind dice, he can pull every one of them. I think there's a cooldown or something. I don't know. It didn't happen when I played with the Wind dice. So now coming to the 3rd place deck. So for the 3rd place deck, I'm going to use some other dice to replace the Cowboy dice because I don't have it. So now coming to the third place deck. The third place deck is Cowboy, not Gravity. Cowboy, Star, Wind, Joker, Growth. I mean, it's Growth, Joker, but Joker, Growth. It's always the same. Okay, so this deck, I was surprised when I played against it. I was like, oh, this is not going to be strong. I dominated the first part, and later on, the Star got. When the Star gets too many stacks, the Star can be very dangerous, and then they get in the spots, and the Star gets activated, and then Lasso it's also floating, so the Lasso Cowboy dice is also floating, so it's a floating dice. So that's a huge problem for every dice that cannot attack floating. So we can play the air meta deck with as well with Cowboy. I think that's also that's on the top. What I put on the top, the air meta. The air meta has changed, and Cowboy dice is the cause of it. Okay, we're going now to the next deck, because this deck I don't have much to say. I don't have any experience with it, but it's on the third position. Now coming to the second place deck. So the second place deck, you see the Cowboy dice again, disguised as security. You got lightning dice and pop gun dice and Joker Growth as always. The purpose of lightning dice is to distract your opponents, so it's very fast and it's hard to hit. It's also very tanky, the lightning dice. It's just distracting your opponents, so the lasso dice does it works on the pop gun dice. So it's more as a distraction, semi-tank, and does damage to the base. It's very fast. It's like lightning, like the name lightning dice. Pop gun dice, you already know, attacks with the ricochet effect, and lasso dice or Cowboy dice. I call it lasso. Cowboy dice with its lasso is going to be very annoying, and it's floating, so Solar cannot target it. Now coming to the first place deck. So the first place deck is the air meta. The air meta is back, but if you don't have gravity disguised as Cowboy. Ooh, wait a minute. I'm saying gravity sounds is a counter to air. Interesting. Maybe I can build a deck around gravity to counter the air meta. Who knows? Anyway, the Cowboy dice, sacrifice, and slingshot. It's going to be an army of air meta. So if you have ground attacking units, they are going to be useless because they're just going to pass them and they're going to be destroyed by either the Cowboy dice or by the slingshot dice. So you lose some units, so you have to change around your units. For the people, if you playing against air meta, you should reduce the units unless they're tanks that cannot attack air units. That's what air meta brings advantage into a battle. Anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching and bye.